My dreams were crushed on the 31st of July. My house caught fire and all of my favourite posters were shriveled up and incinerated into tiny little pieces. Yes, these were just pieces of paper I ripped out of a few magazines, but to me, they were very special. I cried for days because my beloved posters were no longer in existence. Over 150 pictures of my favourite celebrities ruined in an instant. Yes, my house was no more, but the only thing I could bear to think about were my posters. All of the time and effort I had put in to make my walls look perfect ended up being for nothing. It had only been 2 weeks since I got them perfect, and then all of a sudden it was gone. In the space of just 10 minutes, it felt like my life was over. By now a lot of you are probably thinking, ooh, they're just some gay posters of some gay band. But what many of you don't understand is that collecting those posters was my passion, and when something that big is ruined, it can actually hurt someone more than words can explain. This is why I've written my speech about passion, because it is something I have felt dearly before. I want to get the message across that passion isn't something you choose, it's something that chooses you, and once a passion is set in your heart, you can't ever let it go. My passion for collecting posters is one I will never forget. I don't care if my bed and my dresser are terrible. For me, if my room is covered in posters, it is beautiful. There is nothing I could want more. Losing that beauty in my perfect space was painful. The hardest thing was going back into my room to see them on the floor, crispy like burnt toast. It was hell. My passion was burnt into ashes lying on the floor and amongst the rubble. My example of losing everything I was passionate about is one that truly showed me how important passion can be. This seems weird because the story involved my own feelings, but you never really understand until you see it firsthand. Wikipedia defines passion as a term applied to a very strong feeling about a person or thing. Passion is an intense emotion-compelling feeling, enthusiasm, or desire for something. If I had to define passion, this is what it would be. Passion is a feeling of self-reward and happiness when you do something that you are truly passionate about. There is no point in saying you have a passion unless it is something that you actually enjoy. I personally believe that passion is something that every single person has, but to fulfill your own passion, you have to look deeper inside yourself to find exactly what it is first. You may have a hobby, but it doesn't always mean that that hobby is your passion. A true passion is one that comes from your heart. A passion I have been looking forward to fulfilling is getting into the final for the wearable arts. Some people may not like wearable arts as such, but for me it's something I am passionate about and something I've always been into. I felt totally overwhelmed when my number was called to say that Helen and I had made it into the final. It was definitely disappointing when I found out we didn't get a placing, but getting to the final was huge. Some people's passion might be maths, whereas for some people their passion might be gardening. There are a huge variety of different passions that different people have. But a passion is something special, and it doesn't matter what your passion is, because for that person it is important. Discovering your passion can take weeks, months, even years, but once you find it, I can guarantee that it will make you extremely happy. And well, if it doesn't, you should consider looking for a different passion. I want every single person hearing this speech to know that you have a passion. You may have your own way of describing it, but it's there. You may have a way out their passion, but it is still important, and that is the message I want to get across to everyone. So I will leave you with this, and hopefully it will lead you on your journey to finding your passion. It's standing right in front of you, but it's invisible. You can't use night vision goggles to see it though. You have to look using your heart.